Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to Resident Evil, the board game. Last time we did the first floor West A map, which was the very first mission in the game, the one that they generally tell you to start with as your tutorial mission. Good to get it out of the way anyway, because you're able to get a bunch of good items in it, get a good feel of how the game goes, and then of course just kind of set the mood in the way that all of the rest of the missions are going to be for the rest of the campaign. So we did first floor West A last time. This is second floor West A right here. So it's its own new map, new areas to explore, new items to get, and new things in order to achieve for our S.T.A.R.S members as they rummage through the house. We have Chris down here over in slot 1 and Barry right here in starting spot 2. Few things to point out about the map before we get going. There are archways here. This is an archway. If you look at the book itself, you'll see these like little squiggly lines here. Those indicate archways. There's actually one here and one up here as well. That's this leading to the next part of the map that we would have to explore. There's actually a door up here to nowhere as well. So there's going to be expanding out this way. I'm going to do my best to kind of move the map around and try to get as much as I can in at any one time. In addition to that, there are 2 specifically locked doors here. These right here need the sword key in order to open. The sword key is an item that you get from the C deck. The C deck is a deck of items that you're going to need in order to proceed through various points of the map, unlock various things and things along that ways. The sword key is very, very important. I'll get to that a little bit later. If you do not have the sword key doing this mission, technically you can't complete it, but a lot of people say you do anyway. I'm working around that whole thing. Over here where we are keeping our massive amount of cards, I've kind of arranged things a little bit different. So the narrative deck and the missions deck, I would just do taking the top ones of these from and then read them offline, or I'll read them to you. They'll show up on the screen and all that other stuff. So they're better off all the way to the left here. Our tension deck, I put more to the middle so we can see a little better, and then a space on the side for any of those special cards if I happen to run into them where I need to put wound tokens on. Encounter cards are simple enough. So this and this discard pile are going to be above them right here. So they'll just be like sort of out of camera. 8 item deck. New things got added to this. New things got added to this too, but I'll get over that when I read the book. 8 item deck all ready to go. B item deck has the items in it specifically for this scenario. There's our C item deck. We're going to be taking the top card of that when we find the C item. And then second floor, West A, 1, 2, and 3 cards. We have Cerberus, zombies, and underneath Brad, I have all of our stars that if we happen to find survivors, I'll just pull them from there, flip them face up, and then we have like an ongoing deck of survivors going on. So face up is who we have, face up is who we don't have. If they're not in the deck, well, they're dead. Barry starts with the handgun bullets, and the lighter. Remember, his special ability is he counts a hit for the best dodge whenever you're rolling for shooting, which is awesome. They're both at fine condition. So Barry's at fine. He has 2, kerosene tokens, and then of course the lighter to ignite things on fire. And at the end of every scenario, they went back up to 15 handgun bullets. So he's all good there. Chris over here also starts at fine, handgun bullets, a dagger, because his special ability could possibly mean that he doesn't lose this dagger, which would be awesome. And then, of course, his lighter himself. Both of them have these little spots here to make sure I don't put anything in their 7th and 8th item slot, because they can only hold 6 items apiece. We do have an ink ribbon. Don't need that now, because, at least for this one. And that should be it. Anything else I need to explain about this scenario, I will talk about as it comes up as we explore this area. So let's go ahead over to the book in order to read our flavor text, find out our objective, any special rules, and what has been added to the deck. Here we go. Second floor West A. Eerie silence awaits beyond the door. You're only welcome to this part of the mansion. Could the gunshot you heard really have come from here? You strain your ears, but you can't make anything out. You can't decide whether that's good or bad, in truth. Your mind strays to your lost teammates, and any sense of relief is quickly replaced by shame. At least silence means you're unlikely to be attacked by something. Best explore while you can before one of those creatures finds you again. If any of your comrades are holed up in these rooms, it's up to you to find them. Objective. If each exploration card has been drawn, all exploration tokens have been discarded, and the item C card for this scenario has been collected, the players can choose to successfully complete this mission at any time. Special rules. Quiet area. If the tension deck runs out during the scenario, shuffle the discard pile and place it face down to refresh the deck. Additionally, if the scenario is successfully completed, skip step 2 during the end phase. Card decks. Item A, shuffle 1 triangle number 1 item A card into the item deck at the start of the scenario. This is actually a kerosene container. We have 1 in, now there's 2 in the A deck. Item B deck consists of a lighter, first aid spray, and dagger. Shuffle 2 number 2 tension cards into the tension deck at the start of the scenario. There are 3 exploration cards, and after completing the scenario, add second floor west B scenario card to the map, then shuffle the number 3 tension card into the tension deck. So in my last video, I pretty much did all of the tutorial stuff, kind of going over exactly what you need to do per your turn and everything. But just as a quick reminder, you have 4 actions every turn. You can move, you can open a door, you can shut a door, you can shoot your gun, you can explore one of the tokens that are on here, you can use items in your inventory. I believe that's about, you can trade items as well with your partner if you happen to be in the same space, or you can use various environmental things as well. So for right now, Chris is going to go first. I have 4 actions. This is not a wall here, remember? So for the first action, we're going to go 1. Number 2, we're going to open up this door. And number 3, we're going to go in and actually have to draw 1 encounter card. Now, the only reason we're going this way is because I can't go through this door because I do not have the sword key. If one of us eventually gets the sword key, we can unlock this to make like a shortcut between the 2 of us. Otherwise, we're kind of separated for the moment and just got to explore around and get rid of these cards. All right, so here we go. First encounter card happens to be, after resolving all spawn entries on this card, replace the closest corpse with a zombie. Okay. As I have mentioned, there is a rule where if you draw a card and you can't complete any of the text on it, you're supposed to take a penalty and draw like 2 additional cards. I'm not having that. I'm not doing that at all. I think that's a stupid rule. Again, if you happen to gain some type of luck by drawing something like this early in the game, take it, enjoy it, go with it, and say that, we're doing very well for ourselves, because this game could turn awful really fast. So that was a tension card. There are no corpses. It is what it is. It's discarded with that effect. I have 1 more action, so I'm just going to move here, and that's going to be the end of Chris's turn. We're going to draw from the tension deck for an all clear. Awesome. So now with Barry, I kind of need to get him down here just to flip these 2 cards, because again, the whole thing about this particular scenario is you have to explore every room and get rid of every encounter card. So I want to get into this room, flip this, and then never have to come back this way again. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to move 1, and I think I'm just going to shoot this guy. I'm going to use 3 bullets and fire at this zombie and try to get rid of him so I don't have to worry about dealing with him on the way back. Barry has 15 bullets in his chamber, so he should be able to take this guy out, which he does actually, both with a regular shot, and then of course this counts as a regular shot as well. I could push him for the heck of it, but no, I'm not going to. So the weird thing about pushes is that you can literally push them in any adjacent space, so long that it works. I could push him backwards, which you would think, because, it's pushing, but I could also move him forward 1 before I give him the kill shot. I'm actually just going to, I'm actually going to leave him right there. And the kill shot actually turns this zombie into a corpse. Now I got to be careful with that. So that was 1. I fired for 2, 3. You know what? No, I would have pushed him here because I would rather walk over him. So I moved for 1, fire for 2, here for 3. Now, because I ended one of my actions on a space with a corpse, I gotta roll this die. If I happen to hit the umbrella symbol, then the zombie stands up. So I ended my turn, and it was a 2, so that's good. 1, fire for 2, 3, 4, and that is going to end Barry's turn. Well, it will after he draws his tension card, which happens to be No Escape. This is one of the new cards that was added in the beginning. Open the closest non-lock closed door, the closest non-dock closed door. Oh my God. Open the closest non-lock closed door to the character. Oh boy. And then if we were in like the teeth phase, we would have to do the other thing as well. Also got to watch because the special symbols on the bottom. So that means special attacks are active for Chris's turn. And oddly enough, the closest non-locked door is right here in front of Barry, which is going to help out immensely because I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, pick it up, and then try to get added there the very next turn. So that's awesome. All right, Chris's turn. Chris is going to go up this way, open this door, open up around here and around. He's basically going to clear out all of this. The B items don't really mean much to me right now. Like, I don't need a lighter because both Barry and Chris have one, so I don't have to hunt for that. I already have 2 first aid sprays. Yes, it would be nice to have a 3rd one, so maybe that's not a bad thing to pick up. And then daggers aren't, like, really it's the lighter. The lighter is the only thing that I don't want. That's going to be such a waste of inventory if I happen to get it, but we'll see. 1, 2, open for 3. Do I want to just go in for 4? I mean, I could. Yeah, all right, let's just do it. I'm going to jump in for 4. That's going to end his turn, but I will need to draw 1 encounter card. All right, Chris, what's going to pop up in front of you here? Discard this card without effect. Ooh, getting all the good stuff early. That means all the bad things are going to happen at once. And that's also the end of his turn, so why don't we just go ahead. Ooh, supply cache. Oh, I love this. Place this card next to the tension deck with 5 wound tokens. Each time an enemy is killed or a corpse is discarded by using kerosene, discard a token. If the final token is discarded from this card, then each character draws a card from the A deck. If the character's inventory is full, place it in the item box. Oh, man. Oh, you know what I forgot to do at the beginning of this as well? Is talk to you guys about the item box and what I have in it. But I'll do that a little bit later. All right, so we're going to put this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now if I've destroyed 5 corpses or have drawn, beaten 5 enemies, which I'm sure I will as I go through this because we just started, then this will go away and each character will be able to take the top item from the A deck. If their inventory is full, it'll go to their, the shared item box between them. And I'll go over what's in the item box a little bit later, but there you go. That's Chris. All right, Barry. 1, 2. Let's draw 2 encounter cards and see what things are here. I just want to see where so I have the symbol right here and then the symbol right next to Barry as well. So if anything spawns, it's going right in his face. All right, first one happens to be 2. All right, so it's 2 zombies right by him. And then the second draw happens to be spawn a zombie, draw a tension card. So while we're here, let's just go ahead and draw a tension card. Oh, gosh. Place this card next to the tension deck with 4 wound tokens. If the character is hit by an enemy attack with this card, they suffer poison, addition to the effect at the end of each character's turn. Discard a token. When the final token is discarded, discard this card. I can't be poisoned now. Poisoned is bad because that's really, really early in the game to have that happen. All right, so that's 3 zombies that spawn. Let me just put these here, and then this goes next to the tension deck with 4 wound tokens on it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. Okay, so now these have to be evenly placed. So unfortunately, there's 2 zombies right here next to Barry with the A item, and then 1 over here. I do have 2 turns left, right? Because it was 1, 2, I went in. I can't be poisoned by these guys. I really can't. This can come off as well. All right, so I am going to take 1 shot at the 2 zombies here. Maybe I can knock down one of them and then use my final action to just at least get out of the room because one will move onto me and the other zombie will move up as well. 12 to 9 bullets for Barry. Oh, thank gosh. Thank God for this. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, so this is a corpse. This guy moves on me, and this guy moves on me as well. I do have 1 more turn, right? 1, 2. It was 1, 2. I fired for 3. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it again. I'm going to fire this guy. I'm going to try to kill this guy, and he'll move, and then he'll only be on me for next turn. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So 4th and final action, firing at this zombie. Come on, Bear. Come on, Barry. Come on, Barry. All right, so I got some pushes going on right here. That's a thing. So it's a double push. I can go boom and actually push him back this way, and then that guy moves forward because of the sound that the gun makes. So we're going to say that happens there. It's going to be the reaction phase now. So both zombies, hold on. Yeah, diseased claw is technically what's on top of the deck, I believe. So we're just going to move him in here, and he's going to move here. Actually, I'm not quite sure, because this is placed next to the tension deck, and this is still showing the special symbol here. I think this zombie that was 1 away from me gets its special ability attack, which is on the bottom, because that's the symbol. It's a 1, a 1 range, And then it could possibly do a damage to Barry. All right, that may be it. Let's just go back here. I think he would have actually done the lunging attack on Barry, which would have left him there. And Barry would have actually dodged it, which is good. So I don't think he would have moved. He would have just attacked, and then this guy would have moved up there. So I'm just using that right now because technically the top of the discard pile on the tension deck is no escape. The other stuff is to the side. So Barry, you need to kill them next turn. You really do. So we did kill one zombie, so that can come away. It's at the end of Barry's turn, so this can go away. And he draws a tension card. All clear? No, it's not. Definitely not all clear, but at least they're not doing their lunge attack anymore. All right, Chris, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to pick up this A item for 4, and that's going to be a nice, quick, easy turn for him. Top of the A deck for you, Chris. You have a green herb. You may need to give that to Barry. If Barry gets poisoned, that's going to be awful. He's still at fine, which is great. I don't know if he gets poisoned, or he is poisoned, because if he is poisoned, that's bad, because I have no way of clearing poison this early in the game. That's an awful card to get. But otherwise Chris hasn't done anything else. We can at least get rid of one of these. I really only have one turn to deal with that left, because Barry is, I might just have Barry run for the moment being all clear. Oh boy. You know what, that's not a bad idea. We're going to go 1, and he's going to turn, he's going to use line of sight to fire through the door, and he's going to shoot one of these guys for 3 bullets. Hallelujah for him having the extra, oh nice, thank God, this counts as a hit, that extra magazine of bullets, because for the handgun, Barry is the best to have with it. All right, so 1 became a corpse, and 1 moved forward. Do I just use my last 3 bullets? I might as well just use my last. I have a lot of corpses around here. This is awful. And I only have 2 kerosene containers right now. You know what? I'm going to wait, though. I'm going to shut the door, boop, for a turn, and I'm going to leave it like that. So now he won't react. And in the beginning of my next turn, I can open it up, fire at him, and not have to worry about him poisoning me, because that card should go away. Barry defeated an enemy. He's going to do a bunch of burning next turn, and then 1 for disease claws go away. No reaction because I shut the door. All clear. Fun. All right, Chris. 1. We're going to open for 2. We're going to walk in for 3, and we're going to draw 2 more encounter cards. What could go wrong? Chris is standing on one of the symbols. All right. First card Chris draws is spawn a zombie in the active player's square. Okay. And the next thing he draws is locate the closest tile to the active character that contains 1 or more enemies and at least 1 non-locked closed door. Open every non-locked closed door on that tile. Oh no! So that means, well, no, actually that's good. That's pretty good, I believe. So the first thing is a zombie goes right here next to Chris. Not fun, but at least he can deal with that. Otherwise, this actually kicks open. And it's fine because, oh no, we are all linked. I would need to shut this door in order to not be linked, in order to get this guy to not go through this spot. Oh no, okay. You know what, Chris has his dagger, so he's not going to really worry about that right now. So he's going to shut this door for 1, and the zombie's going to try to bite him, and he's going to do an evasion roll. All right, let's see if we successfully close the door. We do successfully close the door. That's good. And then Chris is going to attempt to move over here with another evasion roll. So he was here, 1, open the door for 2, 3. Oh no, that was it. That was the end of my turn. That was all I could do, because shutting the door to make sure nothing else happened. Okay, so now he actually goes to attack me for the reaction phase. And then Chris avoids it. All right, good, fantastic. I don't think I push him or anything like that, so he's just going to stay right here. If he bit me, I might have been able to push him, but he's just in my space right now. We're playing like a little dance game. But at least now this card is gone, so I can get rid of that. So now I don't have to worry about them poisoning my characters anymore. Hooray. No escape. Open the closest non-lock closed door to the character. All right, so the one I just shut is now wide open once again. Fantastic. Poof, this goes back open. I didn't lock it hard enough, but at least now it is Barry's turn, and now he's free to use his last 3 bullets on this jerk right here. This is going to empty his clip, which is not good because we still have a lot of the map to go through. He did shoot it. He did hit it. That counts for Barry, remember? All right, so you're gone. You are now a corpse. I have a lot of corpses here. So that was 1. We're going to go here for 2, and then 3 and 4. Actually, no. Before I even go into there, I shot him for 1. Action number 2, I'm going to use one of my kerosenes in order to burn this. Action number 3 would go here, and action number 4 will be one of my kerosenes to burn this one right there, because I need to get to that item A. Now I hope that item A is a kerosene. Stinks egg. Barry can only hold 2, but hey, you know what? Get those corpses out of there. I shot. Actually, this is going to be great. I shot, I defeated, and then I burned. So this is great. This has been resolved now. So I'll straighten this up and then give the first A item to Barry, which happens to be a green herb. So we'll just pop that into here. Chris gets the next A item, which happens to be, handgun bullets. He's going to start shooting stuff soon. So that'll go over here to his inventory. And that is going to end Barry's turn. See, glad that I had this spot here. And it actually worked out pretty well, considering I have a huge deck of, apparently cards that only want to show up that I need wounds for. All clear, Barry, because you finally did clear the room. Congratulations. All right, Chris, what do you want to do? Do you actually want to fight this guy and try to shoot him and get rid of him? Or do you just want to abandon the B item and go away? I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna go ahead and take him down, try to get him off the map, and then see what this B item is. Chris found the handgun bullets, so why the heck not? Oh, there we go. All right, it's a kill shot at least. It's not a decapitation, but at least it goes down. There you go, Chris. Nice shooting. Boom, boom, boom. So that's 1. I'm actually going to spend a second action in order to burn this corpse for 2, and then we'll go 3, 4 on top of this B item, and I'll worry about it next round, or Chris's next turn, I should say. All right, so we used one of these. I can't believe we're getting out of this all unscathed so far. So that's all that. Tension deck. Oh, God. Feverish Assault. During the next player's turn, increase enemy movement value by 1. Beautiful. Beautiful. No enemies mean none of that worry. All right, Barry. 1. Pick up for 2. I just want to see what the A item is before I do anything. Top of the A item deck. Come here. Happens to be... Oh, handgun bullets. Oh, that's good. So what I'm actually going to do is... So I moved for 1. I picked up for 2. For 3, I'm going to use these handgun bullets. So these are going to go to the A discard pile. And my handgun is going to go back up to 8 bullets. So click that into 8. I wish it gave me 9, considering I like firing 3 at once, but that's all right. So I'm just going to leave that to the side for a discard. And then I can't burn any more corpses, which is really awful. 1, pick up for 2, reload for 3. Here's 4. And we'll start making our way back up here. Tension deck. Waterlogged. I'm just whatever. I can't burn anything in that room anyway. And then any connected room. So I do have to shut the door before I leave. So I'm just going to put this right here for right now, just to kind of remind myself. I have to make sure to shut this door then, or else I can't burn anything that's connected. So there you go. Chris is going to pick up for 1, and then 2, 3, and then walk out the door for 4. Don't be the lighter. Don't be the lighter. Don't be the... I shuffled them. Don't be the lighter. Oh, it's another dagger. Okay, so Chris gets another dagger, which is good. His inventory is now full, unfortunately. But the daggers are really good because he is the master of defensive items. And if he starts taking too much damage, he can use those and possibly save them. Let's go ahead and flip his. All clear. Fantastic. Away you go, Bear. 1. Close for 2. So now anything outside of this doesn't really matter. I'm just going to leave this waterlogged here. I'm never coming back to this side, so I don't really care. 1, closer for 2, 3, 4. And we'll roll a 3. Good, so that zombie does not get up. Unfortunately, I don't have any means of taking care of it, so it just is what it is. Over to the tension deck. Oh, shattered glass. Draw an additional tension card. Actually, we're not even in any of these areas, so shattered glass could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. Unfolding events. Draw a narrative card, then remove this card from the deck for the rest of the scenario. Okay, so just for the scenario, it's going to go back in at the end. And our narrative card happens to be Crimson Tide. What? Somewhere nearby, you hear a door break open, accompanied by a tide of vicious snarls. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for each 1 circle encounter card and shuffle them into the top half of the encounter deck. If none of those exist or have been added, shuffle this card back into the deck and draw a replacement. Okay. So yes, that is for the crimson heads that would normally show up in these. I don't have any crimson heads in that deck right now. I haven't yet to add any. So that goes back. We're going to do a shuffle again for the narrative cards. I'm not going to worry about that because that's what it told me to do, because I wasn't able to successfully do the card. I shuffle it back in, and then I redraw a new narrative, which happens to be, I don't know what happened. Screams and gunshots echo through the halls, accompanied by heavy footsteps. In the aftermath, you try to make contact with your allies, but to no avail. Choose a character in the reserve and shuffle their card back into the survivor deck. Then shuffle the 3-star mission card into the mission deck. So Brad is our only character in the reserve right now. We don't have any additional characters to go back into the survivor deck. And I'm pretty sure that that's not going to happen. I need somebody to do missions whenever it shows up. So I can't do the first part of I don't know what happened. However, I do have that other card that needs to go into the mission deck, this number 3, Rescue. We're not going to do that right now, but I will just shuffle it into here. And it's a great card to hopefully come across sooner than later in order to be able to, get more characters into the reserve. Or at least you hope so, should it actually be successful. So that's awesome. Also, I don't know what happened. Now comes out of the narrative deck, and we won't see this again for the rest of the game, unless it's a duplicate, which I don't think there is. Whose turn was that? Barry's? Sure, that was Barry's. So that's the end of his turn, finally. Chris is going to go 1 and is going to walk through the archway for 2, and we are going to populate the first area. All right, card 1 gives us, well, at least we're not walking into a room where we have to draw an encounter, though there is a zombie right ahead of us. We do have an A item along with an item box to our right, a B item up there, and then the next door to open up another area. So this is all that got populated right up here. It's going to be really weird trying to get it all on camera. But like I said, I'm never going to come back down this way again, even though there's a sword key right here, down here at the bottom. This sword key room I'm going to open up eventually. Trust me, it's going to happen. But otherwise that, I need Chris to go up and beat this zombie and possibly come on over and assist Barry. So what was that? That was 1, 2, how many actions? I forgot to put a door right here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go up for 1. I think that was 2, right? So I was here, 1, 2. I moved up for 3. You know, I'm not going to move for 3. I'm going to stay right back here. So I did 1, 2. I'm going to shoot that guy in order to try to beat him. 9 bullets left in order to fight. Nope, that didn't really work. You know what? I'm going to go 1 more time. So I'm going to shoot 3 more bullets. And that's going to be the end of Chris's turn. And he kills them. Awesome. Great. So I think what I would have done is I would have pushed him forward. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't have. Because I wouldn't have known that I was going to take another shot at that point. So I can't really metagame. But then again, I got the push on the second 3. So yeah, we'll move this forward. And then we will say he turns into a corpse right there. So there we go. So that is the end of Chris's turn. 1, moved in for 2, and shot twice at that zombie for 3. He was able to move forward once from a push and then fell into a zombie because I don't want there to be a zombie right here in front of either one of these doors. And Chris can burn him later once we get up there. So here we go. All clear with the special attack, but that's not going to really matter. Barry, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all he has to do. Next card in the tension deck, also all clear. Chris is going to go 1, open for 2. I'm going to burn that zombie on the way out. So I'm going to walk in for 3 and draw 1 encounter card. I walked in for 3, so I have 1 more action after this to deal with whatever shows up. After resolving all spawn areas on this card, replace the closest card. Great. The one that I just knocked down turns back into a zombie. And back up he goes. So he is right there. And do I really care? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to move up here for my 4th action. So that reaction phase goes, zombie lurches forward. That's fine. If I can just get him into this room, then I can shut the door and not have to worry about it. Pending nothing opens random doors, which happens. All clear. Sounds good. All right, Barry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, no, wait a second. 1 drawing from the encounter deck. What bad thing is in the hallway here that Barry's going to have to take care of? Spawn a corpse. Oh, that's fine. I could do that. Where we got? Okay, so it would actually be right on the space right here. Of course, right in front of the door. Why wouldn't it be? 1, 2. Roll the dice here. It's a 4. Good. 3, 4. So that corpse does not get back up. Hopefully, I'll get some kerosene and come back and take care of that a little bit later. All right. All clear. Beautiful. All right, Chris is going to pick up for 1. Actually, no, I'm not going to pick up for 1. I am going to interact with the item box for 1. So right now in my item box, I have 2 first aid sprays, 2 knives, a red-green herb mixture, and then a thing of handgun bullets. Because I know that there's not much coming up like very soon, I'm going to take this dagger. And do I want to take the other handgun bullets? Chris only has 6 shots left. I'm going to take this green herb. Yeah, so that's what we do. I'm going to put the green herb and a dagger into the item box. So now this is what my item box is going to look like. 2 first aid sprays, 2 knives, green herb, red green herb, handgun bullets, green herb, and a dagger. Action number 2 is I'm going to spend these handgun bullets to put 8 back into the chamber. So he now is back up to 14. He's going to need that because that zombie is going to walk in. And then action number 3, let's go ahead and flip over the A card here, which happens to be a kerosene container. All right, cool. So what that means, so Chris got rid of this, but on this spot is now 3 kerosene tokens. And I could spend an action in order to refill my kerosene up to 3. So if I had 3 spaces open, I could refill it. I know Chris is going to want to do that soon, but first, we're actually going to end my turn right now. This zombie is going to react. He's going to walk into the room, and then on my next turn, I'm going to shoot him, and then I'm going to burn him. I wish I had burned him before, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Chris has still plenty of kerosene left, so if I burn it, I'll be able to take 2. Maybe Barry will go and get 1, because he should get 1. Well, whoever's going to get the C item should be able to use that. So here we go. Flipping over, all clear, Barry's turn. Barry's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then he's not going to do anything else. He's going to wait right here for his turn because he wants a full round of 4 actions to go into here and then take down whatever is there. Because whatever 2 he draws is going to be, what he has to deal with. He has an A item and a B item. Even though it may be a lighter, he could still pick it up anyway because he does have the space. You could also go over to that room and throw it into the safe box. Stirring echoes. Stumbling footsteps echo along the corridor, chasing your every movement. Lay low and don't let them find you. Place this card next to the attention deck with 4 wounds. If a character makes an attack while this card is in play, after resolving the attack, draw a card from the encounter deck. At the end of each character's turn, discard the token. Ah, man. I was hoping not to get that. I wish there was a way to get rid of cards, but I chose to put it in. It was from the director's cut. That's what makes this game harder, let me tell you. So basically at the end of each character's turn, something goes away, but if I shoot, then I have to draw from the encounter deck. Okay, so new plan. We're just going to bounce past the zombie, shut the door, and we can always come back in later. So we're going to go 1, 2. Let me roll my evasion. Just need a small evasion to get past this guy. I do not, unfortunately. All right, well, back up here. So, ouch. I'm going to push him over here. 3 and 4. So, yeah, that's a thing that happened. And we draw from Chris's tension. All clear. That room isn't clear, but at least it's something. All right, Barry, we're going in. I'm just going to take this off now. 1, and drawing 2 encounter cards for this room. Our first encounter card happens to be Spawn Cerberus. So dogs are in this room, apparently. And our second one is Spawn a Zombie. So 1 dog and 1 zombie for Barry to deal with. All right, where are the spots? There's a spot there. That's it. Only those 2 spots. All right, I'm going to put the dog over here. And I'll put the zombie on the B item. All right, so now I have 3 turns. Turn number 1, 3 shots right at the dog. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that because of the fact that that 1 card, that Sinister Echoes, is in the room. Anytime I take a shot, I'm going to have to do more tension. So instead, I'm going to go 2, shut the door for 3, and move up here for 4. I'll come back to this room a little bit later. I have to in order to come back this way. And I'll pick those up along the way back. So that's what I'm doing. Run away for right now. Let's just clear things out a little bit. This is actually shut right here as well. So one of these should have went down for the end of Chris's turn, and this is the end of Barry's turn. He draws from the tension card. Gunshots in the distance. Draw a card from the enemy encounter tech until you draw a card with the spawn entry is drawn. Place that card in the encounter deck discard pile, then shuffle the other cards that were drawn. Okay, so I draw spawn a corpse. So that's gone. That's pretty much what that does. It just kind of clears out whatever the next spawning is for this. It could be bad. At this point, it doesn't really matter, but this can get really nasty as we continue on. All right, Chris, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to open this door for Barry. Yo, Bear, what's going on, my man? How you been? I'm glad that we can see each other now. Fantastic. And what's nice about all this is I don't have to worry about the tension deck running out because I just have to reshuffle it if it ever does because of the special rule, quiet area. That's what it is. The special rule of quiet area. As long as you're in that, then you don't have to worry about resetting the tension deck. Otherwise, you would need ink ribbons to do that, but we're okay for right now. All right, Barry is going to go 1, 2, 3. Do I want to just walk through? You know what? YOLO. One, actually, no. I don't want to. Yeah. Yes, I do. I keep going back and forth with it. I'll be able to fire next turn and be fine with getting things. So, on to the next area. Next exploration card, drawn. Second floor, West A, card number 2. Maybe this was a good thing. Maybe this was a bad thing. I'm really not quite sure. But there is our C item, and we have to draw 2 encounter cards with Barry having no turns left, or no actions left. All right, so we got ourselves a little barrier right here. Barry has to get around the barrier and then get ourselves the C item. Technically, at this point, we would then have to... I'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's just draw the encounter cards. Encounter card number 1 happens to be locates the closest tile to the active character that contains 1 or more enemies and at least 1 or more non-locked doors. Okay, so I know a door is going to open up from there, unfortunately. And then number 2 happens to be spawn a corpse, place a yellow unexplored tile on this thing. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about the unexplored thing. All right, so this comes off. I'm going to put a corpse right here. I'll put it right there. That's fine. And then this actually swings open. So now this dude's going to start coming at me. Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, and then the yellow unexplored token as well. Not that it matters. We're not going to be touching this again because as soon as I get the C item, I am out of here. And that's going to be the end of that. Barry's turn ends. Reanimate. Locate the corpse. Oh, the corpse closest to the active character. Remove his corpse and spawn a zombie. Oh, okay. And this corpse comes out, and the zombie goes in. That's fun. This guy would have reacted for the reaction phase, by the way. This would not have. So now it is Chris's turn. So Chris is going to do this. He's going to go 1, 2, pick up for 3, and then he's going to turn, and he has line of sight to this zombie right here. He's going to try to kill it. Now, if he fails to kill, then this guy's going to move forward on the berry and take a bite out of him in the next turn. But I'm hoping that Chris should be able to knock him out. It would be great if we get a headshot, but I highly doubt it's going to happen. But let's just draw the B item because we have the space in the inventory, and then we'll figure out this guy. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. First aid spray. All right, cool. So now I know that this is a lighter right here, and I don't need this whatsoever. So I'm not going to worry about that other B item in that room. I may even just ignore the A item in general in that room. And we'll just leave it at that. Chris goes from 14 to 11 bullets. He's firing 3 at that zombie past Barry. Barry, get down! Oh, okay, that's cool. That was actually a, which one was it? I think it was this one. And actually I moved it over. 1 shot. That's all it was. That's all I need, but that's what Chris does. All right, boom. Get down! And there we are. So that zombie is once again a corpse. He stood up for a few moments in life, or afterlife, I guess you can say, and then back down he went. Chris draws from the tension deck, all clear. Oh yeah, and this guy would have went buh. He would have moved that much this way from the gunshot and then from his reaction phase. All right, Barry. 1. We've ended our turns. Are you going to get up again? Oh my God, you are. You're getting up again? Wow, the zombie just does not quit. Holy jeez. Okay, so the zombie's back here again. We're going to try to move out of there. Barry gets a whole 1 dice to evade, and he fails it, so he takes a damage. All right, so he pushed. So he went 1, tried to move for 2, failed. 3, 4. So that is the end of Barry's turn. Reaction. This guy is going to go after Barry because he's technically 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, he's closest. He's going to go after Barry. And this guy's going to go up that way. Oh man, not fun. A lot of zombies running after us. It is not all clear. And I don't like that they can do their special attack. Oh boy. All right, well again, Chris has line of sight here. So he's actually going to go after this zombie right here because he'll just draw this one closer to Chris. And if I can corpse him again, that's at least one less thing that Barry has to worry about chasing him, at least until he gets the C item and gets out of there. All right, 8 bullets left in the chamber. I got to push. It's not going to really do much. So you would move here. I would pull you back. Again, you can push any way you want, which is really weird. You just can't go through walls and you can't go past barriers. So I would just push him back this way. Let's fire again. I'm going to fire again at this guy. Might as well. Got 5 bullets left, so short. There we go. All right, so at least that guy is once again zombified. And because I got the push, we're going to say we pushed him out and then knocked him down into the hallway there. And then he dropped down into a corpse. So there we go. Now this guy's coming at Chris. Sure. Why not? Let's just use some more ammo. Got 2 bullets left in the chamber after this, so maybe we'll be able to do something. Nice! Chris is getting his kill shots. They're turning into corpses, which isn't a fun thing, but at least he's getting them. All right, so he's gone. He becomes a corpse. However, that Stirring Echoes would have been gone by the end of Barry's turn, by the way. I forgot to take it out of the side. So all this firing would not have drawn any encounter cards, if anybody was curious about that. As far as his 4th action goes, Chris is going to stay right there and burn that corpse with one of his kerosene tokens. Yeah, this would have been gone at the end of Barry's turn, so that would have all been here. That wouldn't have been anything. He's going to use one of his kerosene tokens, and that's going to be the end of Chris's turn. He's probably going to head back into the safe room, burning that corpse along the way, and then taking those 3 and refilling. Too bad Barry doesn't get anything. All clear. Actually, what Barry gets is the C items. He's going to go 1, he's going to pick up for 2, and 3, 4, and make his way out the door. All right, first C item we draw, and it happens to be the sword key. Uses unlocks doors with the sword key symbol. So I don't know if I ever explained this in the last episode, but there are 4 levels of Cs, from 1 star all the way up to 4. In the beginning of the game, you separate them by their stars, shuffle them, and then you place them in the order from most stars on the bottom to least stars at the top. So you take all the 4s, shuffle them, put them on the bottom, all the 3s, shuffle them, then all the 2s, and then finally all the 1s. The sword key is mixed in there with, I think, 3 or other 1s. So you have like a 1 in 4 chance, of 25% chance of pulling this card right off the hop. I think that's silly. This should have been the default top card for the C deck all the time. So we're going to give that to Barry because technically, based on the rules written in the book, you cannot complete this particular scenario unless you have the sword key. And because it's the second scenario in the book, it reasons to believe that people are just going to do that scenario next. Like, that's just kind of the way I see it. So I feel like the sword key should have been a default top card of the deck regardless. And something like this happens as well in Resident Evil 3, by the way, but I'm a long ways away from talking about that. So I have the sword key. I have 1 door that I'm going to unlock, and then it's going to go in my inventory or in my item box and probably never come back again. So there we go. Awesome. Done. We got it. All clear. Let's get going. Chris, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to burn that corpse for 4 to get that off of the field. All right, so that's 1 more gone. I'll go pick up the rest of the kerosene. All clear. Yeah, so it's like kerosene will not refill in between areas. You have to find the kerosene containers. So that's why I'm going back to refill Chris, so I'll be ready for the next round. All right, Barry, you have the sword key. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to make our way down to this door right here. They just kind of pass each other by. Place this card next to the active character's tile. It remains in play for the rest of the scenario. If a character begins their turn on this tile, they can only make 3 actions on their turn. If a character begins their turn. Oh, man. Okay, so this goes here for the remainder of the scenario. If we begin our turn on this, then we only get 3 actions. So it's Chris's turn, so he goes 1, 2, 3, and that's all he can do. I can see that being really annoying in later games. For right now, we're all right. The next character is on the same tile. If the next character is on the same tile at the start of the tension phase, as they begin their turn on, they must draw. Okay, so I won't be. So I'm just going to throw that there. I'm going to ignore it because Barry is not going to be on the same tile that he started with at the end of that phase. Speaking of which, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm ignoring this room completely. So bye zombie, bye dog. I'm just ignoring that room. I want to see what's in this room before I do anything else. All right. Flip. All clear. Chris is just going to go up here for 1 and then spend a second action to take all of these kerosene containers. There we are. All right, 1, 2, 3, and I think he's just going to end his turn. He may just be burning turns in there because he doesn't really need to do anything else. Draw a mission card. Fantastic. All right. I love missions. This is going to be great. Here we go. Gunshots. Draw cards until this character finds 4 4 magnifying glasses or abandons the mission. If this character found 4 or more, draw a card from the survivor deck and place it in the reserve. Oh, that's awesome. If the character was killed or abandoned, draw a card from the survivor deck and remove it from the game. Okay. All right, so Brad is our current survivor. We're going to take the cards that we have left for our encounter. And basically what it is there are symbols on the top that we have to follow through with as we're doing this. So we just keep drawing cards until we have, what am I looking for? 4 or more. So I can draw 1. See, so I have 1 so far, so that's good. And next draw, that's a damage. So Brad takes 1. Remember, 5 damage and he's dead. That's another damage. Okay, and then we have, okay, cool. So for this means he's healed, so that 1 damage comes back. And then if anybody ever had some type of special ability that triggered by the stars symbol here, it would go into effect right there. But we still need 3 magnifying glasses. All right, so now we have 2. So now let me just take the cards from the discard pile and shuffle them. Okay, and then we draw 1 more. And there we go. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay, so these all would then go to the discard pile for the encounter deck. Then the encounter deck will go back. And now Brad is no longer alone. We're going to have another character join him in reserve. And that happens to be, Joseph Frost. I could also play as Joseph if I want to. Joseph, does he have anything for a reserve? Start of Joseph's turn. Nope. When Joseph removes an encounter token. Nope. Okay. So I could switch Barry or Chris out for Joseph if I wanted to. I may do that. I don't know. But at the very least, now he is also in reserves with Brad, which is awesome. That was a great mission. Loved it. All right. So Chris was on the radio with the rest of the S.T.A.R.S team. And so that's what happened. So Barry, man, I wish I had, I'm going to have to roll that dice. 1, 2, I ended my turn here. Remember, there's a corpse on the other side of this. So let's roll for that. It does not get up. 3, he's going to open the door and use the sword key. So that goes away. That is unlocked. And the door swings open. So we roll again for where we are. 3. And do I want to just go in? No, I'm gonna step off so I don't disturb that corpse any more than I have to. Barry's next turn will go in. Man, I wish I'd take a kerosene for him. All clear. Chris isn't doing anything, but he has to draw from tension card. Locate the tile closest to the active character where there are enemies but no character. Remove it. Oh no. Oh no. So that means this dog right here has decided to sneak through certain areas and jump right in front of Chris. So now Chris has an issue in front of him. Oh no. All right, Barry. 1. Rolling. He's good. And through the door for 2. All right, so through that door with the sword key is good news, bad news. The good news is there are 2 A items in here. That should be fun. The bad news is Barry is literally standing on a space with 2 zombies. So yeah, Barry is in a little bit of trouble right here. What I need to do is, the good thing is technically I could end this scenario right here. Oh no, I can't. I can't because this is still here. I need to get rid of this from the field in order to do it. I should have had Chris doing that the whole time. That's all right. I'll figure it out next turn. Barry, unfortunately, needs to figure out a way around those zombies. All right, Barry is going to attempt to evade them. He only rolls 1 dice, and if he gets hit, he can actually push both of them out the door. So that was action 1 getting in. Action 2, he's going to try to move. Let's see if he actually gets a medium evade because there's 2 zombies there. Nope, he gets a little evade, which is actually not enough in order to avoid a bite. And that means Barry is in caution. However, Barry is then able to push both of them out the door because of his special ability. They fell over. They're all on the same spot there. And then for action number 3, he's going to close the door. So now they're not have to worry about it. And then 4, he's going to go there. Reaction phase, this is still all linked up to Chris. So these 2 guys are going to be like, I smell a red field. And they're going to go this way and attempt to make their way to Chris. Probably won't happen. There's still a lot that's going to go on between then and then. So we got an all clear there. All right, Chris. 1, 2 out the door. 3 to shut the door to leave the dog in there. 4. And then on his next turn, all he has to do is touch this to get this out of here. And then we can officially say this scenario is done. Draw the tension card and go to Barry's last thing. Place this card next to the active tile. It remains in play for the rest of the scenario. If a character on the same tile significantly attacks, they must reroll attack. Oh, flickering light. Wow, that's an awful tile where I'm at. You got treacherous footing and flickering lights. I guess that works. I guess it's a very unstable hallway here. Anyway, Barry, 1 pick up for 2, 3. Well, let's just pick up this A first and see what that is. Because I forgot that Barry actually is kind of an inventory full right now. A item, got another set of handgun bullets, that's fine. Barry's just going to use the green herb just so he can pick up the other item for his next turn. So he'll move here for action number 4, and that's going to end Barry's turn. Flipping a tension card. Place this card next to a tension deck. 6 wounds. When this card is in play, always use the printed symbol. Each time enemy is killed, discard. I'm not going to really... It'll go there, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right. 1 from the end of Chris. 2 from the end of Barry. And then Chris is going to go 1, 2. We're going to draw 1 encounter card, which happens to be spawn a zombie. That's fine. Put him right there, and then Chris is just going to back up for 4. Move. Tension card, all clear, and Barry's final turn is going to be to draw an A item, which is the green herb he just spent. Oh man, I should have left it, because then it would have went on top. That's okay, I didn't know what was the next thing. So, with that said, we are going to choose to end the scenario right here. We are done. We have explored every room. We have taken away every exploration tile. We have opened it up, everything we have. We have the sword key. We have collected as many of these items as we can. We have now completed 2nd floor, West A. I'm definitely going to need something bigger, but the mansion's danger level does go up by 1. So now we are in level 2. We skip step 2 because of the special rules from this particular scenario, so we don't have to worry about counting corpses or whatever. Step 3, if there are 5 or more zombies, how many zombies? I have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 zombies. I am sure, wow, that was close. If there was 5 zombies around here, then I would have raised the mansion 1 more level, but I do not. So that is everything that we have to do here on the map. As far as our characters go, we're going to set our handgun dials back to 15. If we had any special weapons, they would gain 2 bullets into the chamber, or 2 ammunition, whatever it may be. They all heal. Yeah, each player heals 1 level, which is good. Brad actually would heal 2, so he's back up to full. And then we get to go ahead and rearrange everything that we want to. I'm going to do that between recordings, put some stuff back into the item box, and then take some stuff out and go from there. I did have some A items that I used throughout the course of the game, so I'm just going to shuffle those back into the A item deck. And then we would discard any ink ribbons, but it doesn't really matter. We only have the one. So there we go. Let's go ahead over to the main map area and talk about our victory. All right, second floor West A has been completed. We have found everything that area has to offer, including the C item, which then unlocks second floor West B, where we would need the dog whistle in order to access it. I'm also going to be shuffling in Crimson Rage into the tension deck. This is the number 3 tension card that's going to say, remove the closest corpse and replace it with a Crimson Head. We have Crimson Heads to deal with from here on out, which is going to be awful. Speaking of which, I think next time we're going to go over here to the east side because we can't do anything else over here. Head on over to first floor East A and see what fun little goodies in store for us over there. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in this scenario for Resident Evil, the board game. I hope you're enjoying the campaign so far. We're 2 down, many, many more to go. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, what you like, what you dislike. Have you played this game? Things you enjoy about it, what you would change, all that kinds of crazy stuff. Let me know. I want to hear your opinions because the more you guys like this series, the more likely I'm going to be pushing these out as fast as I can. That means in order not to miss any future Resident Evil, the board game terror, be sure you're subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. You can also check out any other fun videos that I happen to put out for you to enjoy. Further support for the channel is always appreciated. You can do that through a super thanks, which you can find down in the description below. You can head over to patreon.com, check out the over tiers over there, possibly join the growing Home Gamer Dad family, or if anything else, your view, your like, your subscribe, your share, your comment, all of these things go into making the channel stronger and better each and every time. So thank you all so much once again. Take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together, working our way through the mansion, finding all these random items and seeing what it is that is unlocked through the next door. Until then, till we open it up and move through, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you later.